This is my 12.4 diet plan thing for the athlete. So my athlete is 2 weeks away from the World Championships. He is a 30-year-old male and is 195 centimetres tall and weighs 100 kilograms. He's a long jumper, and so working that out, his BMR is 2,207. And then his aim for the 2 weeks is to lose 3 kilograms. So his energy requirements for week 1, so the overall METs that he's been doing through the training programs, which I'll show you in a minute, is 179. The total calories just from the exercise is 21,838. And then add in to his BMR, that's 37,287. And then the total calories then he'll need for weight loss is 30,287, because what we're doing is we're taking off 1,000 each day, 1,000 calories each day, and that will, make him lose 3 kilograms in 2 weeks. And then the total calories that I actually used for that week is 30,473.2. So for week 2, the overall MET is less due to the fact that it is the competition week. So towards the end of the week, he won't be doing nearly as much activity. So the overall METs are 108. His total calories just from exercise are 12,390. And then plus the BMR, that's 27,839. And then if we take away the 1,000 calories a day for weight loss is 20,839. So then altogether, the total calories that I actually used is 20,822.5. And with the whole diet plan, when they're eating, when they're not eating, usually breakfast, getting them to eat around 7 o'clock in the morning, and then they won't be eating anything after 8 o'clock in the evening. So the training program for week 1 on Monday, he's going to be doing session 1 is technique, then rest for session 2 and session 3. Session 4 is circuit, 6-minute circuit session, and session 5 will be recovery. On Tuesday, technique first of all, then rest, another rest, sprint and recovery. Wednesday, technique, strength, recovery, rest. And Thursday, technique, rest, recovery, rest. Friday, technique, strength, rest, circuits, recovery. Saturday, technique, strength, rest, sprint and recovery. And then Sunday, technique, rest, recovery. So that's the first week. And then the second week, because it's competition day, we'll start off by doing on a Monday kind of the normal amount, so circuit, rest, strength, recovery. Tuesday, rest, sprint, rest, technique. Wednesday, strength, rest, technique, recovery. Thursday, technique, strength, rest, recovery. And then Friday and Saturday, he's going to have lots of rest periods because he doesn't want to work too hard before his competition day in case he injures himself or anything. So on Monday, he is going to have for breakfast at 7 o'clock in the morning, he's going to have porridge with 1 banana and an orange juice. And that has lots of calcium, vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin E, vitamin K, and magnesium, and especially in the banana, got a lot of potassium in it. And it also it's quite high in calories, the breakfast, quite a lot of carbohydrates, which is good because it gets him ready for the day, and it's got not too many fats in, which is good. Lunch having scrambled eggs, avocado on toast, and then we'll drink water with it as well. And that has lots of calcium, magnesium, sodium and iron. And that again has quite a lot of calories. However, it also has quite a lot of protein in the eggs, which help him to build and recover quicker. Dinner, chicken with rice, mushrooms, carrots, broccoli. And snacks, he's going to have cashew nuts, protein bars and peanuts. So the justification for this is that breakfast, he's going to have lots of carbs, which I just mentioned earlier, which will give him energy for the training sessions that he has to complete during the day. And dinner, he'll have lots of protein, which is used for muscle growth and repair. And snacks, there'll be lots of protein throughout the session so that they're able to get the most out of their training sessions. Out of circuits, as the protein will then help him to build muscle, and then also afterwards recover from that as well. Day 2, breakfast, we're going to have granola with yogurt and then fruit, and then a cup of milk to drink. The milk will give him then extra calcium, which will make his bones stronger and less brittle, so when he's jumping, the run up, and then when he jumps and then lands, hopefully it won't cause as much damage, or shouldn't cause any damage to his knees, because his bones aren't as brittle. Lunch is going to be pasta. That has a lot of carbohydrates, which is good for energy release. And dinner is going to be beef with veg and rice, and then for dessert it'll be fruit with yogurt. The fruit contains a good amount of magnesium and potassium, and also calcium and vitamin C as well. And snacks is going to have mixed fruit and mixed nuts as well. So lunch, the pasta gives him a slow release of carbohydrates, which is effective for if he's having a long sprint session, because it means that he'll have energy throughout the whole of a session. Dinner, the fruit is good because you get like the healthy sugars from it, but also it gives them their 5 a day, which is good because then they contain a large amount of vitamins and minerals, which help his systems and his immune system working well. Snack, he's having mixed fruit and nuts because it's a healthy snack, and after, which they can have after their sprint session, but before their recovery, so they have enough energy to do their recovery session, but then they'll eat their dinner after the recovery session. Day 3, Wednesday, they are going to have porridge again in the morning with a blueberry smoothie and a banana. Again, that contains B3, B5, vitamin K, and that has a high amount of carbohydrates as well. Lunch is just going to be a salad, so got a bit of beetroot in there, which is meant to be really good superfood for athletes, helps give them lots of energy and help to improve their performance. Also for dinner he'll have steak with sweet potato fries, baked beans, which contain a lot of protein, and then cabbage and peas. And for snack he'll have coconut milk to drink. So for lunch, because he'll have he doesn't have long to rest between his sessions, he won't want to train on a full stomach, so that's why he's just going to have a light salad, and then a big dinner in the evening. So he's having steak with sweet potato fries because there's a high amount of protein in the steak, which will add to their muscle recovery, but also the sweet potato fries are a healthier alternative to normal fries. The coconut milk, he'll have a bit between each session, as it has lots of carbs which can be used for energy. Thursday, day 4, he'll have granola and milk with dried berries, and then apple juice to drink, and also a banana before he starts his first training session, which is technique work. Lunch, again, he'll have a Caesar salad, and for dinner he'll have vegetable soup. So the lunch, he'll have a salad with potatoes, as it's a light meal, as he isn't doing many sessions. However, it does contain the potatoes to give him the energy through the carbohydrates to complete the sessions. Dinner, he's having vegetable soup, which contains lots of veg, which will give him the essential vitamins and minerals, but it's also relatively low calories in it, which is what he'll need if he hasn't had a very heavy training day, because he's not burning it off. Day 5, Friday, he'll be having granola again with toast and peanut butter for breakfast. That contains a lot of zinc, selenium, iron, potassium, vitamin A, and it also is quite calorific, the breakfast, mainly due to the peanut butter and the yogurt, but because he's got a very long training day of technique, strength, circuit and recovery, means that he'll need that energy. Lunch, having gammon, pineapple, and then some peas, beans, the veg and baked beans, which contain B12, phosphorus, potassium. That also has, the gammon has quite a lot of protein, which will help to aid his recovery, because he'll have his lunch after the strength exercises, which will mean that hopefully his muscles can start to kind of, the protein will help them to build up afterwards and recover from having a really hard strength training session. Dinner, he'll have cod with sweet potato chips and some veg. And then for snack, he'll have some seed flapjacks, which is a kind of a healthier alternative to normal, like say chocolate chip flapjacks or something. And he'll have that between a couple of sessions. So breakfast is high calories, as I just said, lots of carbs though, but as I said, because has a lot of, like a day full of training sessions, he'll need to be able to train to his maximum. So that means having quite a lot of energy. Lunch, so during their rest period, he'll have this, which is high protein to allow him to recover from the morning session. So seed flapjack he'll have between his circuit and recovery, as it contains a high amount of protein to help him recover from the circuits, but also has a high amount of carbohydrates to allow him to have the energy to do the recovery session. Saturday is day 6, and he'll have porridge for breakfast with a fruit salad, as well as he'll get his nearly all his 5 a day, and that also has a high amount of like calcium and which will help to keep his bones healthy. And also lunch will have sausages, mashed potato, beans, fried egg and bacon, and that contains a lot of fat, but he does need quite a bit. He does need fat in his body, because if he runs out of carbohydrates, then he'll need to use his fat stores, because if he doesn't have any fat stores, then he'll just go into protein and start burning muscle, which isn't good. And for dinner he'll have goose with roast potatoes and then lots of veg. And the reason he's having goose is because it's very high calories, and in order to do his event he does need a certain amount of calories in his diet. So the breakfast, porridge and fruit salad. The porridge will give him the energy to be able to complete the long day of training, and the fruit salad will make sure he has 5 day. And so, as I said, the goose is high calorie because he needs calories, but also has high protein, which will help him to recover from his long days. Sunday, day 7, he'll have for breakfast cooked breakfast, which has got a lot of fat in it and quite a lot of calories, but also has a high amount of protein as well and carbohydrates. Lunch will have salmon with salad, and that is good for him as it contains a lot of potassium, vitamin E. And for dinner he'll have pasta again, but with chicken and pesto. The salmon is very high in minerals and proteins, and it's also very high in potassium, which will decrease the chance of him getting cramp whilst training, which is very important, because if he gets cramp then he won't be able to train as long, and so won't be able to improve as much. And dinner he's having pesto pasta with chicken, and on this day they're going to have their dinner after the technique session but before their last recovery session. This is so they can energise before their last session. So that's week 1 done.